Alright, so it's been a while since I've done a fanfiction idea, and this one's been kind of rattling around in my brain for a little bit, and I kind of figured better now than never to talk about this story. So this story isn't really much, it's not even really a crossover or anything, it's just kind of like a fun idea that was actually inspired by a Batman, by an episode of Batman, and you can probably guess which one from the title. Tales of the Dark Knight, or Tales of the Night. That was the episode where three kids were basically telling stories about who Batman really is or what he's like. And yeah, that was kind of the idea. It was just like, hey, let's do some fun stories about Batman. And I thought it'd be kind of fun to convert that into... And also, yes, I know, they did remake the episode in Gotham Knights, so yeah. But yeah, so in this story, this is called Tales of the Ninja. And in this story, what this is like, it takes place during Randy Cunningham 9th Grade Ninja's second season, and kind of delves in the story arc of Debbie Kang trying to figure out the ninja's identity. So what she does in her research of trying to find the ninja is basically go around the school and ask people about their thoughts on the ninja and who or what they think he really is. And that was basically the idea of people like Debbie going in and like interviewing people of like, and it's like she wants to get like an idea of who, like, maybe if she listens to these stories, maybe it'll help her like whittle down who could be the ninja. So in this story, she goes to different students, and she starts with Rachel. She starts with Rachel, the clarinet girl, and Rachel basically talks about like who she thinks the ninja is like she gives out this thing of saying, it's kind of funny, Howard's always nearby when the ninja's around, and she goes, I'm not saying Howard is the ninja, but I'm saying like it's very clear that Howard seems to be around where the ninja is, and Debbie's like, okay, why is that? And she goes, because Howard is really his sidekick, the ninja's sidekick. And she goes into this story of her theory, which her story is basically making the ninja out to be like Batman 66, like Adam West Batman. And in that story, the ninja is a man by the name of billionaire Bill Kane, and his young ward Robin, who works for him. So when the ninja phone calls, the commissioner basically says, "Help, ninja! Dr. Roboto is at it again with robots." And they're like, to the ninja cave, ninja boy." So yeah, it's just this big story. It was just this fun story of like making the ninja like Batman 66. The following story is one by Julian, and when she because Debbie is like at the end of her story, of Rachel's story, she's like, there is no way Howard is the ninja's like young ward or something, but she does like take that note of she's always around when does have a point, like the ninja is always around at the same time Howard is, and seems like Howard is very close to the ninja. So she always, like, that's the thing, like, each time she gets a story, she knows, like, a lot of it's bullshit, but, like, there's always, like, a little nugget in there to, like, put the pieces together. So when she goes to see Julian, basically in that story, she goes to see Julian, and he tells this dark, gritty story of, like, basically, in his story, he makes the ninja out to be, like, Spawn. Where he's like this homeless guy named Al McFarlane, and he's out to get McFist after being burned, and like the ninja spirit possessed him. So and like the funny thing is, like, it's obviously like these are parodies of like different characters, and I wanted to have like Julian self-inserts and calls himself the Vandalizer. He calls himself the Vandalizer, obviously to be like the Violator. So when he calls himself the Vandal, he makes himself look like a clown in the story, and it was just basically one big Spawn ripoff. And like the ninja looks more like nightmarish, and he has like a bunch of different like ropes that are like his scarf instead of like the chains. So there was that. Then there's Heidi's story. In Heidi's story, she believes that the ninja is really a deceased opera singer. He is a deceased opera singer because I would have it that there was a opera singer there was an opera singer by the name of Claude Chaney who was killed in an accident, and it wasn't long after that the ninja was being seen more and more often. So she believes that maybe he took on the identity of the ninja. Maybe he didn't die; he was horribly scarred from his accident, and now is taking revenge on those who wounded him. So there was that story. There's also what was another one? Oh yeah, there was also like one from Bucky who believes that the ninja believes that he honestly believes that the ninja is like this tokusatsu. Like his whole thing is like a parody of Toei Spider-Man, where in his story he makes the ninja out to be like a secret fighter who has like a ninja power, who has like Power Ranger type powers, and he has like a giant robot on his side to fight really big robots. And Debbie's like, "Oh Jesus Christ, Bucky, what is wrong with you?" There are others where like, what was another one I thought up of for different stories? Oh yeah, Flute Girl believes that in Flute Girl's story, she believes that the ninja is like this old man. Like the ninja is like this old man who is just who's been around for a long time and has a female side. It's obviously Dark Knight Returns. Like it's a Dark Knight Returns ripoff. And then we get to Theresa, and when Heidi gets to Theresa, she's like, "Okay, Theresa, who do you think the ninja is?" And she's like, "Well, everyone keeps telling these weird stories, but everyone seems to forget ninjas are from Japan. So, yeah, why doesn't anyone think he's Japanese?" And she goes into this big story of like of the ninja in like a more like Seventh Samurai Akira Kurosawa type story with the ninja. And this would be like how I thought the story would end, was after she gets all these stories, Debbie King's putting all these ideas together and is like, "Okay, I think I might have an idea of who it is." And then where I want it to be is where it leaves off right when the start of the episode of when she reveals that Randy is the ninja, where she like puts together that Randy Cunningham is the ninja. Like that's the end point it goes, and the story would go into that episode. So I thought it would be just like something fun, something just really like just a lot of fun ideas and just complete wackiness and insanity, and just a lot of fun stories of just like these different interpretations of the ninja of Randy, who is like, he's low-key listening into all these stories. Like he's just like he'll sometimes drop in and listen to some of these stories and be like, "This is really fun," or "That's really dumb." And I had like one idea where he goes to talk to Howard and he's like, "Hey, does anyone do you know that people think you're my Robin?" And he's like, "What?" That's stupid. "Oh yeah, you're right. I would, there's no way I would make you my Robin." "What? I could totally be Robin." "Howard, you can't even do a single pull-up." "Bet Robin can't do a single pull-up." And scene. So there was that idea that was just like a fun idea. And again, like Debbie does it, like Randy doesn't take into account that Debbie's putting all this evidence together and being like, "Okay, now I think I know who the ninja is." And again, it leads into that episode. There's even one where like Howard throws out a story where Howard, she confronts Howard and she's like, "Hey, Howard, I'm trying to figure out the ninja's identity. Can you do you have any like thoughts? Do you have any like legit thoughts for who you think the ninja is?" And Howard is like trying to, sometimes I don't know what to do with my hands in these videos, so I'm just kind of like trying to keep them occupied. I never know what to do with my hands, so I'm just kind of like, I don't know what I'm doing, and I really need, and I'm looking at my hair and like, Jesus Christ, I need a haircut. Thanks, pandemic. Yeah, I know the hair's a mess. I never know what to do with it, but yeah, just ignore it. But yeah, in the story, like in Howard's story, he makes up this big, bizarre, like, Superman parody. Like, he makes up this Superman, Dragon Ball Z type parody where he believes the ninja came down from space and is, like, from a race of ninja warriors who are really Tengus in disguise. He's throwing everything into his story. Like, he's just throwing everything in there because he believes if he tells this story to Debbie, like, it'll be so outlandish, she'll probably drop the idea of looking for the ninja. But really, all it really does is make her go, "You're a fucking idiot, Howard." And she leaves, and Howard's like, "Damn it, didn't work." And then, like, one of the final stories is from Randy, like, she goes to talk to Randy, like, "Who do you think the ninja is?" And Randy is like, "Look, maybe there's a reason why we don't know who the ninja is, because maybe he's got people who care about him, and he has a secret identity for a reason, hint, hint, and maybe he keeps that identity a secret just so his friends and family can be safe from the monsters and robots he fights all the time. Again, hint, hint." So Randy's story pretty much is like a day in the life. His story is like the most accurate. Like, his story is pretty much a job he went on fighting a robot. Like, it was a day in a life for him, but he didn't talk about himself. Like, he didn't mention himself. He's like, "Oh yeah, and then the ninja fought this robot and felt bad because he missed his dinner. He missed dinner with his family, and his mom chewed him out for it. But he understood the reason why he had to miss that, because he's a hero, and he needs to have his identity protected in order to keep his family and loved ones safe." And Debbie's like, "No, I think the ninja's selfish. Anyway, I got enough what I wanted. Bye." So that's where, and again, it ends where the episode where she figures out his identity begins. So there you go. Anyway, so there you go. It's just a fun idea, and you guys tell me in the comments below, what did you guys think of this story? Just comment below, let me know, and once again, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.